Hey everybody, MovieFanZ here. So the movie I'm going to be reviewing for you is the 1986 action-adventure movie, The Golden Child. So this movie is directed by Michael Ritchie, and it stars Eddie Murphy as Chandler Jarrell, whose job it is to find missing children. And he gets brought onto this missing Tibetan child by a high priestess, and this child is said to be the golden child because it has mystical powers and it has been kidnapped by an evil sorcerer. So, like I said, this movie is directed by Michael Ritchie, who has some big name movies to his credit. In 1976, he directed the original Bad News Bears. In 1985, he directed the comedy Fletch. And 1986, the same year as this movie, he directed the football comedy with Goldie Hawn, Wildcats. But let's get into some of the other cast. You have Charlotte Lewis, who plays Kee Nang, who is the high priestess that recruits Gerald. You have J.L. Renty, who plays the Golden Child. And you have Charles Dance, who plays Sardo, the villain. And then you also have some... It's funny because this movie kind of reminded me a little bit of Big Trouble in Little China. And there's a couple actors from that movie that are also in this movie. So it's kind of interesting. But let's get into what I thought of the movie. I think this is an entertaining movie. On the positive side, you have Eddie Murphy, who is given a character and some personality, at least with this role. And kind of, it allows him to be more of who he is. Along with that, you have some good comedy and you have a lot of good adventure. To mix with those things, you have some music that I think really fits the movie, and you have a menacing villain in Sardo. Now, there are some negatives, though. Not all the time, but there are times in the movie where the acting didn't seem genuine. It seemed kind of wooden. And then the biggest issue I had with this movie in terms of a negative are the special effects. There are movies that were made before this movie. Look, for example, like Back to the Future. Or other movies that just are even early 1980s that have better effects on this. This just looked like it was like lazy. But in terms of an overall score, I'm going to give this movie a 3.5 out of 5. And if you like my reviews, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. And if you have any movies that you would like for me to review in the future, leave those suggestions down in the comments. But this has been my review for 1986's The Golden Child. Come back next time for another review. This is MovieFanZ signing off. Have a good night.